Hey everybody! In this video I'm going to talk about this discussion that we've been hearing a lot about corporate repatriation of profits, right? Trump is talking about giving companies a one-time tax break to bring back their dollars back here. And I actually, this thing has gotten so wacky, this whole conversation. First of all, the whole notion of it is ridiculous. It's silly, and I'm going to explain why. But I mean, the conversation has gotten so wacky. I was watching Fox News the other night. I was watching the O'Reilly Factor, and Bill O'Reilly was talking about how Trump plans on doing the infrastructure rebuild, and he said, well, first he's got to bring that money back. In other words, we have no dollars. He's got to bring those dollars back from overseas somewhere. Let me state one thing right off the bat, okay? First of all, we can't run out of dollars, okay? I've gone over that a zillion times. But second of all, you don't bring dollars back. All dollars on deposit in the whole entire world can only exist in one place. They exist electronically on the books of the Fed, with the exception of physical dollar bills, and that is a tiny, tiny fraction of dollars that we say dollars in the global financial system. Okay, most dollars are on deposit in banks, and they exist as electrons. Basically, they're just electronic bookkeeping entries, and they're at the Fed. There's no bringing them back. Okay, so first of all, let me just explain something. If a U.S. company earns money from its foreign operations, in other words, let's take a company like General Electric or Microsoft, and they have business, wherever, in China, in Europe, and they earn yuan or they earn euros. Presumably, that income is earned from operations in those countries. They're selling their products and services in those countries, and the income, number one, is used to sustain those subsidiaries abroad. They have to pay workers, they have to pay suppliers, etc., and the income is earned in foreign currency. Now, any U.S. entity, whether that is a citizen or a corporation, must report to the IRS income, even foreign income. So they have to pay taxes on foreign income. But the foreign income, in paying taxes, it might be accounted for in dollars, but it remains in the foreign country because that money is used, as I said, to fund and sustain operations in that country, to invest, to expand, to do marketing, all that stuff, to pay employees. So if you're going to bring it back, essentially what you're talking about is either scaling back your operation in that country or closing it down altogether. And basically that's the same thing as saying we're going to produce here in the United States. So on that, it's wrong. You can't bring it back. And when you say bring it back, that's just really what you're saying is to scale down those operations, to reduce them, or to close them down. Okay, so what is the incentive there? Unless Trump could promise that demand in the United States will be sufficient to consume all of the output of that particular company where they don't need to sell abroad, then that's fine. But that's a whole other argument, all right? Next, what about the argument of a U.S. company that leaves the United States, in other words, establishes its headquarters abroad, let's say someplace like Ireland, and leaves some operating subsidiary here in the United States, or sells its goods directly into the U.S., okay, as an export from that country? First of all, income earned in the U.S. by a subsidiary of a company that is headquartered outside the U.S., that income earned in the U.S. is subject to taxation at U.S. tax rates, okay? So they're already paying a tax. And the important thing, again, I get back to this first point I made, is that if they're earning money in dollars, No matter where they are in the world, those dollars are already here. They can't be any other place. Unless, again, if you're talking about paper dollars, and no big company is transacting in paper dollars. It is all transfers, bank transfers, checks, all these kind of things. That's all just electronic. That's accounting. That's bookkeeping on the books of the Fed. So if they're earning money in dollars, the dollars are already here. If they're earning money in a foreign currency, in some other locale in the world, then bringing it back is just another way of saying reducing the size of its operations in those countries. And why would it do that? Why would it do that? Doesn't make any sense at all. Unless, of course, Trump could guarantee that the demand in the United States for any company's goods and services would be greater than that demand that they would be losing outside the United States. I hope you all understand this, but this is very, very important, because this is another one of these memes that are completely wrong, and they're talking out their ass here, basically. They don't understand, Trump included. They don't understand what they're talking about. There is no such thing as bringing back. By the way, the very word repatriation means bringing back to its origin. If a company is making money in Europe or Japan or China, bringing it back is not repatriation. It is not bringing that back to its origin. Its origin is in the countries where it earned that income. So the word itself is wrong. Anyway, I just want to put that out there. It's a crazy discussion. It's wrong. It's completely wrong. And you can't do it. You just can't do it. So there you go. See you later. Bye-bye.